This rig is illegal in some states, but it's not what you think it is. Today, I'm going to show you how you can rig it, and we'll also fish with it as well. To start, take a wacky or a drop shot hook and tie a polymer knot. With the tag end, feed it down the eye of the hook. Now most people would add a drop shot weight for a drop shot rig, but we're going to tie on a Ned rig head instead. Add a finesse worm and a Ned bait, and you'll have a drop dead Ned rig. This rig is great to figure out if the bite is on the bottom or if the bite is suspended. With this knowledge, you can either switch to just a drop shot rig or you can switch to just the Ned rig. Now with the standard rig, you will come into contact with a lot of snags. You can avoid this by swapping the wacky hook for a 1/0 EWG hook, just to make sure that your worm doesn't cover the eye or it will kind of run wonky. Also add a weedless Ned head to save you money, time, and frustration. Now some states don't allow more than one hooked bait on the same line, so make sure you check your local regulations before using this rig. There we go. There's a fish. We'll see what he actually struck, if it was the worm. There we go. Just a dink, but a fish nonetheless. Pop that out, you can see he struck the worm there on top. Easy, get that out. Pops right out. We'll let him go. There we go. There's another one. We'll have to see which one he hit. Oh, again, hit the worm. Got it right in the corner of the mouth. This is actually not too bad for this lake, which is kind of sad. Yeah, surprisingly they're hitting that finesse worm. Well, I'll go ahead and let him go. Pretty surprised that they're hitting the finesse worm over the Ned rig, but we will take it. Here we go. Oh, it came off. That one looked like it was on the Ned though. So we're gonna try again with the weedless setup. Same as before, just this time you have like a size 1 EWG or size 1/0 EWG hook up top instead of a wacky rig, and then we have got a weedless Ned head on the bottom. So both should prevent snags when fishing. Right away. Oh my goodness. That was as soon as it hit the water. Small guy hit the Ned rig on the bottom there. Don't worry, blood's from me, not the fish. Hit the Ned rig on the bottom, so that's 1 on the Ned rig, and 2 on our drop shot worm. What we have here a fishing line and a crankbait. That's a pretty nice crankbait. Rapala? Jeez. The hooks are pretty rusted, so it's been here for a while, I can tell. Oh my goodness. This person must have been fishing for pike. No, they got a big leader on it. BX Brat 3-inch. I'll have to look it up when I get home. That is a nice find. There we go. Looks like he hit the worm too. Yep, right in the corner of the mouth. Tiny, tiny fish, but I'm gonna go. Now that's 3 on the finesse worm, just 1 on the Ned bait. Now I'll mention that the rod that we are fishing this on is just a spinning reel. It is a medium action rod, which I think has about like 10-pound test. Any basic Ned rig setup will work just as well because all you're adding is just that finesse worm a little bit higher up the line. So if you have a preferred Ned rig rod and reel setup, then just feel free to use that as well. Oh, that was right at the bank. Oh shoot. He went for the Ned rig. That was a decent one too. I should have set the hook a bit harder. Some minnow net someone just left lying on the ground. Getting some hits, they're just too small. There we go. What the? Oh my goodness. That is a first. We'll send this thing back. No, I just happened to barely snag it. It didn't even, I thought it bit it at first, but that was crazy. That would have been crazy if it actually was able to somehow bite down on the bait. I've never done that before. I've never caught a clam. There we go. Hey, they nibble for a bit and then just let go. It's another one on the finesse worm. I think that's 4 now. Four now on that finesse worm. Just 1 on the Ned rig. But it just goes to show, I mean, if you were just fishing the Ned rig, you could have caught like maybe 1 fish. And if you were just using a drop shot, you still would have caught 4, but we've caught in 5 today total. So the amount of fish does increase when you present the 2 baits rather than just 1. There we go. This one feels better. Watch it be the smallest one of the day, though. Again, on the finesse worm. They just are not munching the Ned rig today. This guy looks like he's been caught before. Get that out of you, bud. They're small bass, but they're healthy, not skinny. Like, he's got a nice belly on him, and maybe they're just full of eggs. It's probably the case. It's also crazy because the finesse worm is like 3/4 of the size that they are. So as you guys were able to see, we were able to catch some small largemouth bass on the drop dead Ned. This is a really effective rig when you are searching for fish and kind of get a feel for if the bite is on the bottom or if the fish are looking for a more active presentation, and you can adjust from there. So if the fish are hitting that top lure, you can switch to a drop shot. If the fish are biting that Ned rig bait, you can switch to just the Ned rig. I would recommend just going straight for the weedless style, primarily because, as you could see, I lost one of the rigs when I had it with the exposed hooks, and it just hurts when you lose both a drop shot worm and hook and a Ned rig bait and jig head. Those can add up, so I would go straight with the weedless. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to try this out.